Deus Volt, my fellow gamers. Here I am again. We're going to talk about Mercs miniatures. We're going to talk about some of the things you can get, some of the things you can't get, some pricing that's on the website, some cards. We're going to look at some things. So here we're going to look at things you really can't get anymore. You can't get these mats made by Gale Force 9. Top quality stuff here. Honestly, I'm going to tell you, the people on eBay, they're out of their freaking minds. These things are not worth like $200 each or whatever they're trying to sell them for. I think it was these two mats that they were selling for about $200. Now, they were brand new mats. I don't know if they had King Solomon's Mines map on the back of them. Like maybe I'll hold a candle up to the other side or something, but they are not worth it. Don't even do it. Because if you go on mercsminiatures.com, they have two mats that are available for download, PDF mats, okay? And if you guys want to spend the coin and get them actually printed out, you can do that. And they're not bad mats at all. They're nice. And I might actually go and get those things downloaded and printed out. Yes, I have an Office Max near me. Ching! So I have this one. And Mercs, when it was originally released, it was more of a 2D game. You didn't have 3D structures and stuff. Because back then, there was pretty terrible three-dimensional terrain. I mean, you got those jokers at GW producing terrain, but they sucked. They're festooned with skulls. Not everybody wants to play in a corn city or whatever. So I only have one sci-fi piece of terrain from them, and it's the Fortress of the Aquila that doesn't have not one skull on it. How that happened, how it passed their quality inspection department, I don't know, because most of their skulls, I think, or their pieces of terrain have to have at least 100 skulls on them before they can produce them. So anyway, not a lot of people want to play with that. The other type of terrain was from Russia. I have some of those pieces because, hey, guess who refused to play on that garbage? Even though I do have a few pieces of it. But that's what, you had to buy what was available, basically. If you wanted to play games with some kind of terrain. Or make your own. Which, at the time, I was not really a foam core ninja. And there was no such thing as 3D printers. So this is what we had. It was actually kind of nice because you didn't have to take a whole bunch of terrain with you. You could bring the mat, which gave you your bigger pieces of terrain, and then you could take some cards. These cards came in the box sets. Sorry about the glare, peoples. So you would get these cards that came in the box sets with your miniatures. So just Mercs. Obligatory, and then we get a sandbag deal right there, and it's very convenient. You set it down and it doesn't take up a whole bunch of space. You've got a bunch of cards anyway for your models, and boom, there you go. You've got terrain. You've got yourself some 50 gallon barrels in a box, and then here, like, you could put manifolds on top of your manifolds. So somebody got some use out of that graphic. Anyway, so you can put that there. And these things are basically, free with your miniature. I guess you pay for it since you pay for the miniatures, but there you go. There's some terrain on the board, and there is terrain there. The terrain also would have rules. Take 2 rounds to climb. Can ascend the platform on round 3. Boom. There you go. Rules for climbing a ladder. Go figure. But I guess it didn't have stages, so you round 1, round 2, bing, round 3, didn't have that. Anyway, so you got this, and that doesn't take up a lot of space. Not much at all. So kind of innovative. I get where they're going with this. Plus, some people, like apartment dwellers, you don't have, the cabinets to store stuff. You don't have a giant, 7-foot long table to store stuff in. So this is meant for dudes, living out of one room in their parents' basement kind of a deal. So kudos to the guys at MegaCon Games for thinking about that. And here's the second mat that I own. I don't think that Gale Force 9 produced more than the two mats. I have seen more patterns, but we'll get to it with this bottom one here, which is special to me. So you got level 2, stairs. This is, of course, like a little piece of terrain, blocking line of sight or something. You can hide, get some cover from that. But then, just shows you, I think, I'm not sure. Oh, here we go. One level down. So I don't know if these mats came with any instructions or whatnot. One level down is kind of odd. Like, do you actually go down in the manhole cover and chill with the turtles? I don't know. Like, it's weird. They don't have it kind of cut out where you can, traverse any kind of tube or waterway that's underneath here. So that's an interesting one. I don't know. But anyway, very nice, high graphic, high detailed mats. Now, basically all this stuff came to me from a guy named Johnny Grogan. He's awesome. And he used to work for MegaCon Games. And so he had all this stuff. I'm like, brother, I will buy it from you, And I mean, he still has more stuff that I would like to get from these little posters that are just awesome. But this mat itself came from the tournament scene, came from when MegaCon would host tournaments, and they would go to Gen Con and whatnot, and they would have these things produced only by them. There's no moniker of Gale Force 9 on here at all. So this is in-house production. And the production value is actually quite nice. You're just thinking, oh, this is just, fancy paper with laminate on it. And, you're right. But, look at the detail. Come on, dude. That's crisp. That's very nice. Man, super sexy. And this is only one pattern. I'm very happy to have it because, hey, these guys care about handicapped folk. They still have a spot to park right here. So I love it. It's highly reflective. Sorry, guys. I love my bright daylight light bulbs everywhere, except for the outside of my house because you want that to be warm. But inside, I want to see what's going on. And sorry about the glare. But here she is. It's a beautiful graphic, really crisp and clean. So, and thank you so much, Johnny, for relinquishing this stuff into my possession. It's got a good home here. And I don't know, they probably had a bunch of cards that went with that table, that mat, so that people could play on it and just shift terrain however they wanted to do. So what you would do with these mats, the design is you'd roll them up. You'd roll them up and shove them underneath this bad boy. It is a fat person pant type elastic band that goes all the way through it, and you would travel to games with this. This is Battle Foam, a bag. You can't find these anymore unless it's on the secondary market, and they're going to cost a little bit. It's Battle Foam. It was going to cost a little bit to begin with anyway. So yes, it's legit. In the back, you had elastic compartment. Well, not really elastic, but you had compartments for your cards. That could be your terrain. I mean, come on. That's awesome to store terrain in just a little pocket. But also, your models had cards. And they would store into those pockets as well. But really cool graphic. And, front pockets are for things. Mine are empty. But that's because my dice are here. Let's pick up a Kimvar dice because it's awesome. So your number 10 is going to be the Mercs helmet, which is Boss. And with these dice, you can go on mercsminiatures.com. These are still available. The Kimvar dice aren't available, but they do have a lot of other dice available. And like the deep blue ones, those are for the EU faction. They have a light blue that are for ISS. The orange is Wakazi. But really, it's just all about the face. It's the custom dice. So you can just buy up a whole bunch. Now, it's going to cost $25 for a set of 10, but every faction only really has 10 dudes. And we're going to talk about a few factions that have one more than that. But that's all the sculpts that are released now for the factions. So this bag, you can put every single faction, I believe, in this bag. It has two chunks in it. That's very accommodating for your miniatures. Oop. Open up, bruh. So, of course, you got that. And this has a board in it. It's a stiff board. So, and all that's left in there, that's a mod pack for House 9, I think. And then here's some stuff for Recon. A big old giant dog with it's got a second cannon on there. I don't understand, but yeah. So let's see. And you've got bigger chunks there in case like maybe a behemoth will fit in there. I don't know, but you got some bigger chunks and then mostly small chunks, and both of them are made up that way. So it looks like you can fit maybe not all of them, but a good portion of them you can fit in these. So a very nice bag. Of course, anything from Battle Foam is going to be excellent. If you guys can't find this bag, I think the denominator is called D6 or D60, something like that. It's a little satchel bag like this, but the benefit of it is that it's got corner clips with a shoulder strap. It's so nice. You could use it as a messenger bag, but if you're not carrying models in that, you need to be smacked in the face. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. But yeah, it's got its rulebook pouch too. Do I have anything in here? Oh my, I do. The old cardboard measuring card. That's a cool thing right there. And then I have more tokens. Yeah, originally they might have been $12.99, but these things are $75 a pack now. Gale Force 9 made these, and I don't know if the crew at Fifth Angel Studios are going to keep the designs of them. I don't see why they wouldn't keep the blood markers and whatnot. And I think that they've added some designs. Ooh, and then I have an EU still in the packety pack. Now this is, a lot of people from back in the day said that these were off, said that they were too short as far as measurement goes. I haven't messed with these, actually. I missed the boat when it came to Mercs. Okay, so this is a mixture of both packs, and over here I have both packs separated. So yeah, I mean, I bought some stuff. So, but these came separately from a different collection, and I think this is from, no, these are from Mr. Johnny Grogan, and these are from a different collection. Mr. Johnny Grogan hooked me up with this as well, and likewise with this sexy beast here. I think I'll have to do some comparison, but it looks legit. It doesn't look... That one's the same size. So I don't know. And as far as, well, maybe the inside set here. Maybe that's what people are complaining about, because that does look short. I've got my pinky right on the edge there. And that does look, okay, that does look short, whereas this one is nice and full. So if you can find the cardboard one, go with it. But I don't know if, see, I need to go over the 2.5 rules. And I really wish they had a physical copy. I'm an analog dude, 100%, and I love my books. Um, Plus, it gives me something to do at night to read the book. But they do have the rules free to download, and it is a living rule set 2.5, mercsminiatures.com. Check that out. They have the rule set available. They also have, I don't know, they've got 2 mats that you can download for free. And that's awesome. And they're good looking mats. So you can download those for free. They come with their own scenarios and all that good stuff. And they have cards for the models that you can download for Frizzo. Just another side thing. I've got card protectors. Yeah, that's right. Johnny hooked me up. So these things are really sweet. If you try to put your Pokemon cards in here, kiddies, they're not gonna, well, they're gonna fit and then some. These are extra wide card protectors. They are not your average skinny Pokemon card protectors. These are big fatties. So they are made specifically for these Gigantor cards to fit in. So, yeah, just keep that in mind. If you ever find them, I've never seen these things outside of this one pack that I have. So, yeah, good luck to you guys. And if you guys remember a few videos back, I showed you my clear Kimvar, which I will be showing off again because I love those things. Mr. Johnny Grogan hooked me up with those guys too. So, a big shout out to him. Those were the guys that I really wanted. They're so sexy. So, oh, I had this to show you. Hey, 3D model is the same as this, but takes up more space. Okay, let's talk models really quickly. I have my Texaco here that I just primed today. So they're looking very nice. Okay. So here you have kind of oddball arrangement. The ISS, Texaco, and GCC, that's it. The Global Corporation Court or something like that. They're awesome. They have the law on their side. But anyhow, those 3 can have an extra little model. Now these guys have a dog. And there's the handler right there. Sick 'em, Fido. So they have an extra model. So they're actually really going to have 11 models. But these kind of, you buy them together. Counts as one. And CCC, they have a limited edition model. And she is the incinerator cat. And she's, well, I'll show you her later. But you either use the normal armored version of her or you use her kind of chillaxing in her tank top. And then, the other, like GCC has a little camera bot that walks around, and ISS has a turret. You throw it down, it shoots people. But it kind of stays put. It doesn't walk around. Let's face it, the dog is the best one because it goes and it chews ankles. And then if you fall down, it chews your face. But we're going to talk about 7th models. Now, originally, when these metal models came out, they came out in box sets of 6. And then there was a weird time between 1.0 and 2.0 called 1.5. It wasn't kind of legitimate. It was a online only thing. I believe that they had PDF rules for 1.5. But in the meantime, they produced 7th models. Now this is kind of a hard to come by thing, but there's a 7th members deck. And so it includes a CCC Breacher, USCR Gunner, FCC Saboteur, the Kimvar Shock Trooper, which is this one, right? Oh, so awesome. The Kizawaza Spy, which is right there. And actually, that's a really sexy model. It's a little female. And the pose is way cooler than that is. The ISS Demolition, this Safadu Heavy, and the Texaco Eagle. So, I've got the Texaco Eagle chilling right there. Okay, so he's a 7th. The 7th models are very hard to come by in metal. I helped a buddy on the other side of the country get his 7ths completed, but it's not easy. I wanted to look at prices here. So you got this one metal model for $10 back in the day. That's fairly expensive. With low model counts, you would expect something like this. And at the time, I mean, come on, you're buying 7 models. And the main box sets that they came with cards, they came with a set of dice, with 6 dice. It's kind of a shame that this 7th model didn't come with a dice as well, but it didn't. So you would get those 6 dice, including with the models, and that was about $50, $60. So yeah, it was all $10 a model. But with mercsminiatures.com now, okay, there's 2 sets to each faction, 5 miniatures in each set, and it's only $20. So you can get the full faction for $40, okay? Now, it doesn't come with dice or anything like that, but that's all the miniatures that you need right there. And who doesn't have D10s? You know, if you don't have D10s, you have problems. So, you know, you can, for $40, you can have everything to play, you know, at least one side of the game. If you wanted to, like most games are generally 5 miniatures each. If you wanted to, you could buy one set of a faction, say Texaco, and then one set of another faction, and you know that's $40, and you have a 2-player game right there. Everything is free to download. You download the rules, download the mats, download the cards. The cards are free to download. I believe there's also, I want to say, downloadable tokens. I know that they had the breach token that was downloadable. So, and I think that is a new rule in 2.5. I'm going to have to look. I'm not that conversant about 2.5 yet. I need to sit down and do my research before I start bringing information to you guys. But I'm going to tell you right now, go to the website, mercsminiatures.com. You can download that stuff for free. $40 gets you a full faction or 2 partial factions, and you guys can scrap it out. $40, man. Come on, let's look at GW pricing, dude. Like, it basically takes $1,000 to build an army. One army. And yeah, who's got that? You know, I'm sorry, I don't want to have to take loans and eat ramen noodles to game. Of course, I have done that. But that's a different story. Part of being a gamer, I suppose. But yeah, the old cards would also have cheat sheets, which who doesn't love that? And especially in card form, that's awesome. And turn synopsis, boom. I mean, like rules right there, boom. You don't have to keep flipping through the book. Of course, eventually you'll memorize this stuff. Now, this is old hat. This no longer applies unless you wanted to play back in the day, the 2.0 rules, if you can find them. These are fairly expensive now because they were only part of a Kickstarter. So congratulations. If you weren't part of that Kickstarter, you're going to be paying through the freaking nose for these. Or you could pay a little bit and get the first gen rules. First gen rules are pretty wackadoo. There were rules in there where, what is it? You couldn't attack the same time you moved into hand-to-hand combat. Or it was really crazy. Like, there were very few models that could do that, and they were extremely powerful. Like the Kimbar assassin could actually charge. He can go into hand-to-hand combat and then immediately fight at, I believe, a -2 modifier or something like that. But it's been a while since I've read these rules. And that's something that they changed in 2.0. 2.5, they changed more stuff that I'm not all that, like I said, I'm not all that learned about, but I will be. I'll be doing some reading. Hopefully I can get a physical copy soon. That's really going to help me out. That's how I absorb. And I love flipping pages. Let me see here. Okay, yeah, I've covered my notes. That's right, I took some notes. So, and that's another thing. The card movement deal, I think, I'm pretty sure that they moved away from this. They moved away from it. It was neat and fun, novel. And I think what was happening is people were trying to get rid of tape measures. You know, tape measures. They've been doing all kinds of goofy stuff. Here's one of the goofiest things. The stick. Who remembers Battlefleet Gothic when you got these? Yeah! Oh, get some! Oh man, I killed my Marshal. Dude. The stick is brutal. So anyway, I mean, that's what would happen. Hey, you cheating! Take it on the knuckles, bro! So, yeah. Anyway. But it's a good game, guys. Come on, $40 gets you in the door at least with partial units, partial forces, and like I said, the main deal is only 5 guys. And that's why it would come in a box of 6. You would say, okay, I don't need this Jaguar figure because I'm gonna go and just shoot people. Of course, he's got a gun too. It's not on him. Where is it? Is it in one of these bags? He's got the noisy cricket in there somewhere. But yeah, I guess he has a gun. So you would choose your 5 guys. And of course, you're going to take the dude with the extra model. Why not? But you take your 5 guys and rock the Casbah. One dude would sit out. So that's the game, man. It's awesome. I've showed you some things that you can't get. You can't get the bag anymore. You can't get these particular mats anymore. Or the tokens that are physical. You may be able to print tokens. Check the website. Be sure. Just go to the website anyway and check it out. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful night, and I'll talk to you later, hopefully with some better sound and better video. All right. Carry your laser, guys.